Happy Thursday. Just on my way to get this cardio done. Got to do the cardio, then I got to get my butt back home, get my boy situated, get him off, and then hit this back workout. Very happy to be back on the on my back workouts. Did I hit one last week? No, I can't remember. I write all that stuff down. That's why you got to write everything down, because if you don't remember, it's written down. So I think I did do back last week though. You know, if memory serves. I think I said the other day that I hit 3 workouts in a row and didn't miss any due to my issues that I've been having recently with my not only my injury but some other little nagging things with my upper back in the rhomboid region of my middle upper back. But that's starting to sort itself out. I really do think that that had something to do with the increased weight on the sumo and conventional deadlift. So be careful to you know, and stretch very good, especially your upper back and rhomboid region when you are doing that way, because you know your upper back still has to stabilize to support all that weight. So I was having a lot of problems with like my posture when I would be sitting and researching. I had to do a lot of stretching and kind of twisting, you know, to reduce the amount of like stress and pain. I was getting these jolts of pain up my back every now and again, just probably because the, you know, the muscles are freaking out, man. You know, because I jumped up that weight quite a bit. I'm doing I'm trying to rep 350 as much as possible right now with the conventionals and the sumos. I'm probably not going to increase it any more than that for a while. I'm just trying to get real comfortable with 350, and once I'm, you know, comfortable with 350 and I could probably do 3 sets of 10 for cardio, then I may start, you know, like increasing the weight. But for right now, I'm cool with 350 because I'm cutting. You know, I don't want to keep putting any unnecessary stress on my body. I can still grow with that 350 weight. You know, I can still maintain the muscle that I have, and I'm not necessarily trying to get my legs any bigger. I'm trying to build my glutes and hamstrings up a little bit more, just because they've suffered since you know, acquiring this back injury in 2008, just because of not being able to really work them. But outside of the hamstring and the glutes, I really don't see any reason to build my legs up, you know, like crazy. I do calf raises. I was doing them twice a week. I'm doing them once a week now, and I ride my board, which is a lot of work on your calves, and I'm doing strides and I walk. So I mean, you know, my calves don't really need any more work than that. What was going on in my mind yesterday, because yesterday I talked about this this whole idea of, you know, staying away from high fructose corn syrup, and that's real. You know, I'm not, you know, as an endomorph, I'm telling you, I will, you know, I've done this stuff, I've tracked everything. See, the reason why I can get on here and I can run my mouth from experience is because, as I always tell, you know, everyone on these videos, I keep all of my data. You know, I write everything down. I'm very meticulous about it as well. So I can go back and I can say, well, these foods didn't make me lose weight. You know, these foods made me lose weight. You know, it's just like how I can tell you with, you know, a huge amount of confidence that, you know, I could eat fruit all day, you know, a year ago and lose weight. You know, I was eating as much fruit as I wanted to. You know, yes, I was probably eating more carbs than they would recommend for an endomorph to eat per day, but I guess because it's phytonutrients and the stuff's just like flowing through your body without stress, putting any extreme stressors on your digestive system. Hey, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but all I know is that I was having several shakes per day, you know, Trader Joe's mangoes all day, you know, crazy amounts of freaking sugar, and I was still losing weight consistently when I was eating like that. So all I can tell you is this: in the carbohydrate realm, just count all of them. You know, don't even like, you know, don't even stress about it. Just learn how to count all of them, because in all reality, you could probably just count the carbs and try and eat as much protein as you can per day. You know, leave the fat alone, but you could probably just count your carbs. And once you hit your carbs, just go wild on like salads, minimal dressing. You know, don't go crazy on the dressing. You know, I like to tell people this: if you are going to have a salad, then I don't think that you should ever go over 1 to 2 servings of dressing. You can have the regular stuff, but the fat, you know, you gotta watch the fat in those dressings. Just like the same thing with the cheese. Yeah, cheese doesn't have much carbohydrates, but your fat grams are gonna jump up really quick. And I've talked about that in the past. If you're an endomorph, you really don't want to be taking in that much fat. You know, I know they say you should, but I think that you need to isolate those to like nuts and seeds. And the thing about nuts and seeds is those things are so high in calories. You're not gonna, you know, I can't speak for you, but for me, nuts and seeds, I had to leave the things alone, because, you know, I have them every now and again. Like, there's cashews at the house, there's almonds at the house. Every now and again, I'll grab some. But the thing about it is, they pack a lot of calories for a tiny little bit of food, man. And they have a lot of fat. So you're talking about 9 calories per gram. I mean, you know, that jumps up really fast. And I think for me, my fat's set at like 122. Well, the majority of that should probably be like coconut, you know, oil for cooking. You know, and I don't use that much dark coconut oil. If you're having eggs, you know, the yolks in the eggs, there's another, you know, a few grams of that. And then the rest of it should probably be something along the lines of like avocado. You know, you really don't need any more than that. So, you know, pay attention to those things, count everything if you feel like you need to. But if you don't want to count everything, I think you should just be content with just counting your carbohydrates, making sure you're hitting those numbers, being attentive of everything that's going in your mouth. You don't got to count everything, but just be attentive of everything that's going in your mouth. Because, you know, as I've said before, I know the counting gets old. I know the counting gets tedious. I know the counting gets to be a stressful thing after some time, because you just get tired of it. And I think you need to find like the formula that works for you with tracking. You know, I know that there's people, you know, out there that, you know, they say, screw it, I'm gonna invest all day in making all these meals for my entire week. I don't care about eating fresh foods. If this stuff doesn't taste 100% fresh by the end of the week, oh well, I don't care. And they prep out 4 meals a day, and that's what they eat. They eat those 4 meals a day. Their macros are set, and it's boom, 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 brainless. But they're sacrificing a full day to do that. Then you got the people that go out and they buy their meals from like these companies that prepare meals for you ahead of time. And that's fine too. You know, you can do that too. But the thing about it is that, you know, you want to figure out a way to eat exactly what you need, maximize exactly what you need as far as caloric intake, with the least amount of willpower being sacrificed per day in order to generate that meal plan, or to put together that food. Because I'm telling you, that's one of the keys that, you know, or one of the I guess it would be a key, but whatever. But that's one of the huge factors in people binging. You know, they get tired of counting them calories, and they get tired of that. And I get it. You know, I've done it. I do it every day. I live this. I live all this stuff I talk about. So, you know, learn how to track right, learn how to count right, you know, learn how to, you know, learn your body, learn what foods you like. You got to go out there and try, man. It's trial and error. It's just like, man, you got to fail to succeed. I'm always telling people, man, you can't be afraid to mess up. You're gonna mess up. You know, learning your body and finding a sustainable eating pattern is, you know, it's difficult, man. It changes with the seasons. I mean, you're always fighting this uphill battle. It's never just like this easy squeezy, oh yeah, you know, I got it dialed in. You know, it may work like that for a while, and you may cut and you may have great success. But, you know, you will know if that's not sustainable if you start to put weight back on, or you do put weight back on, which has happened to me. You know, I've had great success and then put the weight back on. So, you know, the only time I have never put the weight back on is now, you know, when I chose to bulk, just because, like I said, I just wasn't happy with my physique when I cut. I just didn't like it. You know, that's just how it is. You know, and I just didn't feel strong. I've been strong my whole life. You know, and at first I thought I would be fine, and then I cut down, and I was just like, man, I'm so weak. You know, I had like a couple little things I was doing, like kettlebells and everything like that, but, you know, more just like upper body, you know, like shoulder stuff. And even with that stuff, I just wasn't taking in enough carbs to grow. I just wasn't strong. So I hope all that helps you out. Happy Thursday.